Math lesson 4, vehicle insurance. In North America, insurance is required. Simply said, if you want to buy a vehicle, you have to have insurance. Now, that looks different for every vehicle. Let's say you have a Lamborghini. That thing would have very, very high insurance. Why? Because it costs so much. Now, if you had a little smart car, well, that one might be a little more expensive because it's so vulnerable to different accidents. But let's say a random Chevy Cruze or a Honda Civic. Their insurance is relatively lower because they're not such expensive cars. Now, there's also one other thing that there's quite a few other things that determine how expensive your insurance is. If you're a student, the grades on your report card can determine how much you will pay for your insurance. If you're a straight A student, you will likely have less insurance to pay than one that just flunks. He might have high. Reason being, and I know this is not the case here, but the reason why they have it is the people that flunk are normally people that don't care. And that is not the case in our class, and I'm very glad. But they normally don't care, so the likelihood of them not caring on the streets is very, very likely. So that's why those are determinants. Now, a person's age, the younger the person, the higher the rate. If you go over 25 years old, then you're counted as a mature adult, and things like that, and your insurance goes lower. So there's one other thing, deductible. A deductible is the amount of money you give to the company if you have an accident. Let's say if your accident cost $1,500 and your deductible was $100. That's low, I think. Anyway, then before the insurance company would pay any of your damage, you had to pay $100 in advance. Reason for that is that way you don't get into 100 different accidents and make the insurance company pay for it and you have no loss. This is your spanking, giving them $100. So that's why there's a deductible. Going on to number 1. Number 1, 2, and 3 are all different. So that's why I'm going to go over number 1, 2, and 3 with you. Number 1 says, one morning, Bill hit a deer on his way to work. His vehicle had to be towed to the repair shop. The total repair bill, including the towing, was $1,145.79. How much was left to be covered by the insurance company after Bill paid $750? Deductible. So that's what he had to pay in advance. So that's why I said $100 is very low. This guy had to pay $750, which is quite the big chunk, I would say. $750 right there. How much does he still have to pay? How much does the insurance company still have to pay? Just subtract the two. $1,145.79 minus $750. Going on to number 2. Bill paid $1,420 a year for liability insurance because before he was married, he paid this in equal quarterly payments. How much did he pay in each quarter? How many quarters are in a whole? 4. Just divide your amount by 4. That's how much he has to pay every quarter or every 3 months. Divide the 2 and you got your answer. Please don't use a calculator for these. Number 3. There you can use a calculator. It says, one of West Side's trucks was involved in a minor accident. Gladly not major. The body shop estimated the cost of $1,690 to repair the damage using the original equipment manufacturer. OEM parts. Those are not aftermarket, those are original. If West Side used aftermarket parts, the cost would be $1,436.50. The cost of using aftermarket parts was what percent of the cost of using OEM parts? So this one, where'd my chalk go? This one is an is over of percent over 100. In the question it said, the cost of using aftermarket parts was what percent of the cost? Aftermarket is the smaller one. I think it's 14365. Of the aftermarket, of the original, which is 1860, I think. 1690 equals what percent? We don't know what percent over 100. Multiply these two, cross multiply, and then divide. Multiply those two, and that answer divided by that one. All right, that's it for the new part, and hopefully this is the last video as well. See you on Monday.